Hey guys, so this is the second professional learning, and I want to talk about racial discipline disproportionality in Georgia, specifically in Oconee County, because that is currently where we're at. So just going over the definition again, what racial disproportionality or discipline disproportionality is. I know that we talked about it a lot in the last professional learning, but just want to revisit it. So it's when students of color are disciplined more often, including in-school suspension and out-of-school suspension, than white students. So it's just basically African American students of color, any student of color is disciplined more than students that are white. So just going back over the stats, we looked at these last week, and so just wanting to hit back up on them. Black as percent of students enrolled in public schools, that is 24%, whereas students who are suspended, or black students who are suspended, is a 49 or 48% percentage, and then blacks as percent of students expelled from public schools, that is 49%. Okay, so what about Oconee County? And I just really want us to talk about Oconee. So we talked about Georgia now. So let's look and see where our statistics, sorry, I cannot talk today, statistics lie for us. So currently we have 6,560 students enrolled in the school district. That being said, the district has 173 students in total being suspended from school. As a percentage, black students make up 4.5% of the enrollment population, and of that, black percent of suspensions from the 173% is 15%. So this is a disproportionate impact of 3.3% or times. So 3.3 times as many African American students or black students are suspended more than other students. And so this is a large number. I was looking at the others, and I can give you that website. And actually, I would love if we could all go to that website right now and look at it. And I sent that to your emails, so I would do that. And then I just want us to look at this. So I'm giving you Oconee County right now, and it's really important that we look at this number right here, the 3.3%, or 3.3 times, because that really is a large number. So let's look at Athens-Clarke County. They have 12,512 students enrolled, and they have 1,147 students suspended, which is a larger number than us, but we also have to think about their enrollment it goes up. So black percent of enrollment, that's 526, and I don't think that's right. I think it's 52.6, and I just typed that wrong. So I need to change that. There's no way. So black percentage of suspension is 75.9. And even though that is a high number, the disproportionate impact, which is what we're looking at, that is 1.4 times as many students of color being, or black students being suspended more than other students. And so this is lower, and I've heard, and I cannot remember where I read this, but I've read that in less diverse, or schools that have students, I just lost my train of thought. Sorry. Schools that have students who are, the minority is white students. I've heard that they have, in my statistics reading and in my research, I cannot remember where this was at, but I've heard that they have a less disproportionate impact in those schools than in schools that have white students as the majority. All right, so what about Hall County? And this is really what I want to look at. So black percentage of enrollment, it's the same. So if we go back, I'm going to go back to us. So this is Oconee. We have 4.5% of blacks in enrollment. And I want us to look at also this disproportionate impact. Remember, we are 3.3 times, whereas Hall County is 2.7 times. And so I really want us to make this connection here because it is important that we understand that the disproportionate impact is lower in other places. And so, especially in Hall County, who has the same amount of percent, or basically the same percent of blacks percentage enrolled in their school system. And so this is important because this shows that Oconee County has a higher percentage, which is not good for us because we're looking at the racial discipline disproportionality, and we are less disproportionate than, or we are more disproportionate than another county, which is right beside us. Okay, so what do your colleagues have to say? So, Dr. Murphy, if I was actually doing this as a professional learning, then I would have opinions from teachers, but since I am not doing this as a professional learning, I didn't want to have to ask them and then not actually use the information. And so then I did same thing for administration. I really would just get a feel of what administration has to say about this, and I would love if admin or the colleagues could come to this professional learning and speak instead of just having quotes, but that's what that would be right there. All right, so what now? How we can change this. So really what we're talking about next week is how we can strategically use this information and change it in the classroom and just make sure that we are being aware of what we're doing in the classroom. So yeah, that's the end, but I am going to, oh, and we cannot get out, which means I cannot get out of there either. Okay, so I am going to do the third professional learning, and then we're done.